Hey everybody, Glenn Hausman here for heretostay.tv, reporting to you from the floor of the Service Department Summit Europe in London. I'm with myself, Mr. Jesal Sangani of Zenya, and they are at the forefront of guest communications right now. It's all about Amazon Alexa, it seems, voice-activated controls, and you're at it. Hey, Eddie's got it right here. Jesal, tell us a little bit about what's going on.
So Amazon has been great with voice activation. It's a natural way people want to speak and do things. We see three different prongs. We see people asking for information. We see people making service requests. And thirdly, people want to give feedback on it. The most important thing where it helps a property manager is, okay, if this request comes in, who does it go to? And now when you have complications where, it's a complicated business where you have multiple buildings in multiple different areas and each one has, for example, different Wi-Fi.
Right.
How do you make it so that it all runs seamlessly without adding more work for your staff? That's what Zenya does. It streamlines everything for the team and does communication all the way from inquiry to move out. More importantly, when a guest is in the unit, the concierge is right there for them.
Right, and what's really critical about this particular trend is that it helps the guests connect better, feel like they're more part of the hospitality experience, while also allowing the people that service the properties to react a lot quicker. So even though there might be less of a human touch point, it actually is something that works better, and then of course people can come up to the room if someone says, hey Alexa, bring me more towels, or I'd like to order a burger.
Absolutely. I mean, in hotel, you have a staff handy, but in service apartment, this becomes even more important.
Right.
Because your staff is sitting somewhere else, and when a guest wants to connect, they don't want to wait, they don't want to call. They need something which is handy, and the response happens right away. This is where this comes all together.
Right. So it plays into that culture that we have of instant gratification, while also making it so you could connect and be easier conversation with the guests. So you're really forming those relationships through using this device right here.
That is absolutely correct. And on the other side, the hotel operation has an app on their phone. So anytime a request happens, regardless of where they are, they get the request and they can respond from the app directly, and hence the communication happens right away without waiting for multiple people to get involved in it.
Right. And this is the part of the conversation where we have to say things like big data, machine learning, artificial intelligence, right? All of this stuff goes behind the scenes. So when I go, hey Alexa, you're crunching all of this information, you're making it better over time, right?
Yeah, I follow this philosophy, keep it simple, stupid, KISS. Because all those buzzwords are good, but how does it help a business? Right. And this is where we, for service department, what it really ends is great customer experience. So they can own the customer for life. That's what it is. It's down to guest experience, being able to connect to the guest one-on-one whenever they need it. It's not actually when the business wants to connect, it's actually when the guest wants to connect.
Right. Now, one of the things, though, I mean, all this makes sense to me, but the one thing that I hear about, concerns about privacy, for example, I happen to think that we're getting more comfortable with these types of devices, but what is the guest reaction when they see something like that in the service department?
So that's a great question. One of the things we do is, by default, we keep the Alexa on mute, so it cannot hear anything. Secondly, we have a place card which tells them exactly what's being there, so and how they can disconnect that. 99.9% of time we have not seen guests disconnecting this.
Right.
So what it tells us is people are actually getting more comfortable with giving information as long as they can control it.
Right.
And with our system, they actually have history of every single thing which has been collected in the system. Mm-hmm. So a guest can actually delete, remove information if they want to.
What's the best way to tell the guests that you have this system in place and that it could be for their benefit as opposed to, being something that they should be concerned about?
Well, we go back to the system which is there in place for God knows how long. 10 card. Yeah. 10 card tells them everything about what Alexa will do, and we tell them exactly how you can use it, and if you need to see what's been collected, what's the process for that?
Right. Excellent. And I want to thank Jesal for not saying keep it simple, stupid, looking in my direction. It's been very educational, very informative. Jesal Sangani from Zenya, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you very much.
For heretostay.tv, I'm Glenn Hausman. Thanks for watching.